You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. This call is from an inmate at the Maryland Correctional Facility.
My name is Anthony Mills. I've been in prison for 17 years for a crime I did not commit.
Last time I seen somebody was my mother and my sister Carlotta. That was in 2017. My kids, I'm embarrassed. I'm their father. And I don't want my children to be in a place like this, even to visit it.
March 18th, 2002. So I went up to New Jersey to pick up a friend of mine to bring her back from New Jersey to our residence in Maryland.
Tony was driving down from New Jersey with his friend Teresa. Teresa signed an affidavit stating that they arrived sometime, she believes, between 2 and 3 that day.
The most rapid losses are in the minutes immediately following seeing that face, so that you lose 15% of whatever was in there in the first place, which again isn't perfect, but you lose 15% of that within the first 10 minutes. And then you continue with losses. If a witness is trying to identify a stranger, even a week after seeing that person's face, jurors and judges should be cautioned. Take that identification with a grain of salt. Be concerned. They're at chance levels after a matter of weeks and months. Memory does not return at some point.
When I spoke to the eyewitness, the language barrier stopped anyone from being able to truly investigate. The only thing that we see are those police reports that are done in Spanish, and there are no records that show that she talked to anybody that could fluently speak Spanish.
Once the witness makes a decision, whatever it is, either identifying the suspect, identifying a filler, saying they don't know, definitively saying the person isn't there, whatever it is, ask the witness's confidence in their answer and do it in an unbiased way.
We know from court records that the detective didn't speak Spanish on the stand.
There is no way proper protocols around identification could have been followed.
Well, I was hired to determine if the handwriting on the pictures that supposedly was identified by the victim was her handwriting. And I determined it was not her handwriting. It was my opinion, and Wendy Carlson's opinion, that Detective Rubin signed the lady's initials on the picture, which they used to indict and prosecute and put poor Anthony in jail for all these years.
Detective Rubin came to the witness room that I was supposed to be privately secluded in and started asking me who I was, started threatening me with investigation by the FBI, started taking pictures of me on his phone. It felt very threatening, felt very intimidating. And I'm sure it was because I had identified him as the author of the witness signature and the handwriting on the document in question.
Witness intimidation, that is very serious. And if we're seeing multiple complaints like that from independent parties in the same investigation or across multiple investigations, that is incredibly concerning. Usually what we see with problematic supervisors, in my experience, is that if there is one complaint, there's likely many others that were never brought forward.
Detective Rubin is an out-and-out fraud, crook, a liar. He should be put in prison, not Anthony.
The lead detective in this case, Detective Rubin, identified an alternative suspect within 4 days of the crime. The suspect had similar MO, was wanted for 2 crimes in the Silver Spring area, and fit the physical description that the victim gave to police.
Generally, when we start to see a pattern of conduct that is not consistent with what you would expect to see from a law enforcement investigator, that conduct undermines the reliability of everything they do in the investigation. What they are doing is trying to confirm their belief about who committed the crime and why.
After a period of time and my sitting here, foul emotions and stuff like that, I gave up on the judicial system.
He was robbed of a whole life. His kids, his grandkids, his mother died. I think he'll be a good grandpa when he gets out. He has a kind heart.
Why did this happen? It took me a while to come up with my reasons, and to do what I said I was going to do when I get out of here. Because I think I would have me about 15, maybe 20 more years with my family, and I want to do what I could do to have a bigger funeral.
All I ever wanted was a father. We ain't have a daddy, so I think we deserve that much.